Throughout my videos and in the comments, I've received two questions, and I'll answer those today. One is, how can I connect with the Amish? I'll answer that one second. And the other question is, do Amish work for non-Amish or for English? They call us English if they're not if you're not Amish. First and foremost, they are allowed if it's within their guidelines, within their community rules that say that they can. Most of them can. In our community, they hire themselves out, and I've noticed that many of them, as a family, participate in more than one job. Many of them farm, and they may bring their produce up to the auction, which we have 3 times a week. They even raise flowers, and we'll bring those to auction, and then hay. So the auctions go on pretty much most of the year, and the English come and they buy them. A lot of your stores in the surrounding areas will buy the mums right now. It's fall, and they'll sell them at their businesses. So they do work with the Amish in that regard, and they also will hire themselves out. But again, it depends on the group that they're in. My husband is building a grain bin house, and you can see the pictures as we're going through here and as I'm explaining all of this, but we just had the opportunity to hire 2 young men to come out and put the siding and the roofing on. They did a phenomenal job. They did very well. It wasn't like they came out with a whole group and they knocked it out in one day like you see in the movies where they put a barn up real fast. This was just 2 brothers who work for another group building buildings, and they had some time off that they could come and help us. And they're actually going to come back and do some other things. It took about 3 weeks. They didn't work every day. They worked 2 to 3 days a week and got the job done. So it wasn't like it was a rush job. And they came out with their horse and their buggy. They did have their own tools, and they did use battery operated tools. So they had to charge the batteries and then use them while they were working. They weren't afraid to use the lift. The first day they came out, they did climb up into the rafters. They were getting ready to do the roof on the 2nd floor, and they literally were very agile. They climbed up there, and then my husband came out and said, "Do you want to use my lift?" He goes, "Are you allowed?" And they said, "Yes, as long as we don't own it, we can use it." So they were really excited to use that. And by the end of the 3 weeks, they were driving around themselves and just taking care of it. So that was probably a treat for them. If you want to see the full video of this, go ahead and click the link above, and I'll put it in the end screen as well, where we are building a grain bin house, and we have a playlist, and you can see all that if you're interested in that. Otherwise, stick here with the Amish. My second question I want to answer is, how can I connect with the Amish? How do you connect if you don't have those connections and you're working with them, or you don't live in an area? What I would recommend is go to the local general store, or we also have a bakery where you can look on the bulletin board, and sometimes there'll be signs there that people are hiring themselves out, possibly, or they're looking for the English to drive them, or they're looking for the English maybe to move their furniture for them, because they don't, in our area, the Amish do not drive vehicles, and a lot of times they need that help. But that's one way you could offer to drive them, and then you can make some connections there. Or even when you go into one of those facilities, and if you need something, some type of work done, you can ask there. Is there a group or somebody interested in maybe doing whatever you're looking for? And if you're just looking to connect and chat, I would recommend going to an auction. There's lots of Amish out here that go to our auctions. Actually, they facilitate them, but they'll talk to you and very friendly. So that's 2 ways I know of that you could connect, and that answers that question. Make sure you check out the full video. Like I said, it's beautiful what they did on the grain bin house, and we were very pleased with the work, and we're actually going to have them come out and do some other things. Eventually, I think right now we're waiting on the gutter guys to come out, and it's a different group, different business. These 2 guys have a business, and they're from a different group than this one. All right, I hope you enjoyed, and see you on the next video.